Ah, lovely. You're so lovely, isn't it? Very much lovely. Let me tell you. As lovely as it can be. Ah, painful. Need to do it all over again for no bloody good reason. Well, you really don't like me doing this. Since I can't really do much about that, I suppose I will have not much of an option here. Yeah, well then. Yes. Yeah, that's gonna be, you know. Just the next big thing to annoy us. Now then, let's see. Yeah, I guess how long it lasts. Well, yes. It is a shame. What else would it be? I mean, what are we supposed to do at this point? Can't go back? I mean, not really. All we can really do is continue to attack. Well, it's not really so much their power, as in they don't really have any power. Yeah, let's stay here. Seems comfortable enough. Yeah, but like, I cannot allow you to do damage right now, because if you were to do so, you could potentially end this very fast. Just not do this. Let me do some more damage. I know. Which is why I'm not shooting at the tentacles, I'm shooting at the bloody obvious red eye. Because that is such an obvious weak point that you wouldn't. Which is precisely what I'm doing. Game. I mean, come on, game. Stop resisting. Fabian, you have so much magical power. It was high time that you do something with that. I'm sure, I shall. Don't worry, I'm giving it my all to be fast. Believe you me, I'm trying my very much bestest here to get there in time. Don't worry, I'm on the way, I'm on the way, I'm on the way. See? Yeah, you cannot hide from me. You can and you shall not hide from me, creature. Yeah, but the problem is that means everything is inside. Meaning, if I destroy this thing, then I'm quite literally getting them all. I mean, in a most definitively direct way of speaking. And it's like, whoop, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, di da di da di da di da da di da di da di da. And she has not done enough yet. Well, I mean, it is quite useful, I will say that much. Yeah, yabai indeed. Do not get hit by that. That does not look nice and good and well. It has a nice effect of destroying all of the area. Which is a net plus on everyone's side. I'm sure many people are going to make a nice little mark in the book and be like, well, finally they had one less annoyance. This is definitely not a good sign, is it? Since we have already gone through this, ancient Indy, we shall not do so again. At least for the moment. Yes, we can talk about that innocent part. It's up to debate, honestly. That too. I mean, to be fair, there's nothing to look back to because there's quite literally nothing left. As I said before, it's not like anyone is gonna miss those people. As sad as that sounds, but they were not really a net plus for the world. Quite literally the opposite. We, on the other hand, we can do some good stuff. That is actually a good thing in this game, because everybody is somewhat up to debate. Yes, in their alignment, let's say. It kinda makes it so that every potential murder you could potentially do is actually something you can justify. I mean, from your character's perspective anyway. Well, here is a very simple-minded person at the end of the day. And he has very simple ideas when it comes to stuff like that. I mean, look at this. This is clearly not something you should be able to swallow, but come on. I'm not gonna blame Emil for that now, will we? Of course we will not. Neither shall we blame Kaine for turning into, well, somewhat of a shade sometimes. Not that problem at all. It's how it is, isn't it? They're comrades, of course we're not gonna blame them. Such an easy to understand motivation when you think about it. I like it. It's actually a sort of motivation I can get behind. You don't even need to think about it. Because technically speaking, Kaine's existence would technically rub him the wrong way, because she has a shade inside, and he's like, I'm gonna kill every shade. Apart from this particular one, of course. Of course not. Ah, yes, game, I know. You really like to make me feel horrible for what I'm doing. I actually grabbed the right pot. This is the special blend of coffee. Yes, I know. Brutality is sort of horribleness you would expect. I mean, the why is pretty damn obvious, if you think about it. I don't think he's much of an intruder, I mean, going by size alone. Hey, come on, don't call him dumb. How is he supposed to know it? He's a fucking robot. I don't think he's much well versed in the ways of human wasting cooling liquids from their eye sockets. Hmm. Hmm. Not to put it in more precise and more English sounding terms, 874 years, 10 months, 14 days, 4 hours, and 43 minutes. Correction, 44 minutes. Very important. I mean, you just said he's insured and you're gonna deal with him. Why? It's not an answer of the question of why they're gonna kill you. Jamais. Well, if Big Robo Guy says it, that's probably gonna be true. Well, I guess that's kinda your job, isn't it? Military protection. No. Yeah, but that's quite literally your job. And you got a dumb nickname. Haha. Dumb robot. But for now, henceforth be known as BB. For no other reason than that little shade has decided so. Oh goodness. Accident incoming! It shall not be fine. Yes, it is definitely not fine. Ouch. Yes. This is what we in the business like to call an accident. Quite literally, nothing more than an accident. That sounded a lot smooshier than it should sound. But yeah, I don't think anyone is at fault here. Hey, B33, long time no see. You just didn't like, what am I supposed to do here? Yes, blame the poor robot for it. Yes, they probably should have acted with a lot more caution. Well, yes, he died in an accident. That is an obvious fact of life. I mean, come on. You can't go ahead and claim that was anything else than just a very sad accident. Well, there's the young one, all grown up and now with a robot arm.
Yeah, いらっしゃい。弟の方か。久しぶりだな。兄さんは元気か。実は4年前に事故で。そうであったか。いいんです。ちょっと何ですか？この辺りで魔物の話を聞いたことはないか。しかも普通のやつじゃなく、そういうのが出たとは聞いていませんね。僕はロボットを倒すことだけが生きがいですから。
Well, yeah, he goes from I'm very much unemotional to the point where, I'm actually raving mad, but I'm hiding it. Just somewhat, though.
ならいい。ちょっと待ってください。なんだ。実は強力な武器を手に入れたんです。あなたなら扱えると思う。
Yay for Iron Will.
これはもう持ってる武器のようだが。
Yes, we definitely already have that weapon. I actually have it upgraded to the max level already. Yeah. But let me tell you a secret, it's not the second time. This is, I think, the first time already.
ええ、刃の部分が直せるのか。はい、素材さえあれば。なら素材を取ってくるよ。
Games like, let me once again re-explain to you how weapon upgrading works.
必要な素材は形状地下2階にいる大型の敵からしか取れないので、あとこちらが地下。わかった。
It's not like we not already know this. I mean, of course we already know that. It's kind of like, you know, games like, let me explain this to you, and I'm sitting here like, level 4 weapons. A lot of level 4 weapons. Yes, I know how to upgrade my weapon skill. But at least the game is well aware that it's, some scenes are just going to repeat themselves. And at least it's like, let us give the player a bit of a nice reminder that we are aware of what is happening. Nice game, I know. I'm gonna do it precisely the same way I did it last time. Because the last time I already had the memory alloy too. And then I went in here, collected more memory alloy because my argument was, that's gonna be a next time. And then I'm gonna need more. So we're gonna do the precise same thing again. I'm not gonna take the long route around, I'm gonna take the short route, which limits the amount of memory alloys I can get. It should still be enough though. Oh, those Nichan creatures seem to be easy to please creatures, aren't they? Cannot compute. Brain is not willing to take this at face value. See, now you could technically open up this with a few bombs and go the long way around. I'm not gonna do this. Instead, I'm going to, as I said, take the shortest route. Face only a few of the robots and stuff along the way. And by that collect the minimum amount of memory alloy I could collect. And definitely not the tactic you should apply if this is your first, second, or... well, one of your farm runs through this area, because then you're gonna miss out on quite a lot of stuff. It's not gonna help you much. Again, the game does make a pretty good job of making sure you understand just how much more powerful than the first time you are here. You actually are. Always nice when games actually manage to do that somewhat well. Because after all, you do kinda want to see your work, well, somewhat paying off, don't you? I mean, it's the whole point of playing in a fucking role-playing game, to some degree. Not the only reason you play one, because you also do kinda want to play some, maybe some different aspects to one character than what you usually are. But I do like to see some growth. Strength is an easy way to measure your growth as a character inside the game world. Luckily enough. Just by the sheer amount of more damage I can do now, I can quite clearly tell you that this is quite a bit of a difference. Like this guy here. This big machine guy. He's not supposed to go down in one hit. And he sure as hell doesn't go down when you visit him the first time. But just a few minor tours later, and basically a few solid hours of farming, to be fair. And again, this game does make grinding quite enjoyable still. It's not overly much, it's a few hours that you need to do to get some of the, well, or most of the stuff done. Maybe if you're really unlucky with the drops, it's gonna take you a bit longer, but generally speaking, it's really not that much. That is nothing compared to Replicant, for example. And so I can only really speak for Replicant 1 and 3 because those are the ones I most played. Replicant 2 I kinda played for a while and then was kinda like, yes, this is not nearly as... I mean, it was kinda samey, but then it was not samey enough to keep me going. Replicant 1 though, yeah, that was a lot of bloody farming. Weapon farming in particular was a pain in the ass, let me tell ya. Just getting them all was, oh boy. You had to fulfill some ridiculous conditions on some of those maps to get the weapons, and then you were kinda, in some cases, pitched against enemies that, by all reason, you should not have much of a chance against. If not, you actually grinded some levels beforehand. Hence, some upgrades for dragons and other such nonsense. Not very pleasing. Let's just say I'm very much happy that somewhere along the line of, you know, Yokotaro making games to everybody's enjoyment, he came to the point to change things around in the Nier series so that the last boss is not that much of an fuckery than it was in Replicant. Because that really was an amount of fuckery I'm not too happy about. I'm not talking that much about Replicant 1 in this case even. That was still somewhat annoying, but okay, I mean, it was just like 2 minutes of concentrated work, and even if you don't have much of a talent, you're gonna get this done. Replicant 3 the way. And that last fucking hidden note, yeah, I remember that. I remember that very fondly for being a real bloody fucking annoyance. Honestly, if I never have to do this again, I mean, I was kinda joking about one point that if I were able to set that up somewhat, that I would play the old Replicant games. Yes. But, let me point out this, very much precisely. Sure, I'll play this game with either my very own save games, if I can get my old consoles to run with my old save games back, yes. Or I'm gonna find a fucking completed save game and use that, because I am not gonna go through the horror of collecting every bloody weapon again. I'm also not going to do much of the hour-long trial and error phase to go through the last fucking boss fight. Hell no. I did it once. Technically speaking, I also did it twice already. And let me just say, the last time I tried to finish Replicant 3, it took me like... Let me not lie here. I think that last battle took me like 2 hours to get through. Because I really have no talent for that particular genre, let's say. Yay! Be smart. Honestly, I'm surprised that you actually have the necessary memory to store that information, because, well, you're a defensive robot, I don't think you're supposed to have that. Douche. Well, it's always nice when I'm playing games like this, because this gives me a nice opportunity to not only murder the English language, but now I can also murder the Japonski language. Yay for murdering languages. Language. Now then, we are once again back. We have your stuff again. Actually, before I give that, how much precisely do I still have? What are materials? Pretty sure I have almost all the stuff that you can get, or at least I think everything that you need to upgrade I should have, because since I managed to upgrade all the things at a point, I realize I still have 4. I'm kind of running out though. That's a bit of a problem. Well, up we go. Well, I mean, we already have a few more of the fragments already. We have 3 now. We have Sacrifice, Memory Tree, and Stone Guardian. I'm gonna get the Law of Robotics later on, so the only thing that is left is jumping between Loyal Cerberus and this one. Now we're gonna have to do the first part of Loyal Cerberus, and then do the second part for the Law of Robotics, and then do the second part for Loyal Cerberus. So the idea is in a nutshell. Whoop. Well, I missed. That's kind of horrible of me. Well, making a series of misses, eh? Not my most bright performance, admittedly, but alas, what can you do? Triple answer, not much. Ah, yes. Nobody ever asked the question of why the fuck my book is eating the blood of these shades. Why the fuck do these shades even have blood? All of those questions that later on become like, there are many a sign I could have seen, but I choose not to see. That kind of showcases just how much players are used to accepting the game world. Actually, give me a second while I click on something. As a party, you have decided to do this. Why though you have done this? For fuck's sake. I was a little bit things just change for no bloody good reason.
思ったより厄介よ。もう少し時間がかかるわ。それより、デボル、漂着した順調だよ。もともと船ただ、なぜか懸念があるのなら払拭しておかないと。ああ、わかってるさ。
Oh right, I kind of forgot it is gonna be in between.
入れ物のないあの子はどうあがいたって人間にはなれない。
Well, yes, she would need an actual Gestalt. What a nice little irony, isn't it? Without that, though, I appreciate this dude. Well, I mean, technically speaking, if you reach the state of being a shade, you're already doomed. Quite. Way to hell.
Popol, 魔王の城の鍵について。
ごめんなさい。
そうで、ポポルさんが暗号の。
そうだわ。
最
近彼が仕事を休んでいて、海岸の町まで。
わかりました。
解読。
Well then, time once again to do horribleness.
この状況、前にも覚えがあるな。
It does, doesn't it?
夫婦のことだ。また喧嘩でもしたのだろう。今度は喧嘩に巻き込まれぬよう、くれぐれも気をつけるのだぞ。
Yeah, well, you know how well that worked last time, didn't you? But then again, it does give me an excuse to give into my most beloved area. Listening to my most beloved music, doesn't it? Very nice and pleasing. Very nice and pleasing indeed. I shall do so. Let's make just a bit force there. I mean, I could technically find all the shades my way. It would give me a few more levels, but honestly, I don't really need them. I'm quite well and happy with what I have, to put it mildly. Surprising, isn't it? Nothing, just a huge fucking ship. See? Honestly, if the game wouldn't stop playing the nice music and start playing the aggressive music every time I try to fish, I would probably sit in this town and just fish for a few hours and be like, well, I'm not engaging gameplay, at least for me. But because it's like, I need to give you some fighting music when you fight fucking fish, you kinda end up like, well, just sitting here and staring out of the bloody blue ocean, which is, honestly, still not really a waste of time from where I'm looking. Alas.
どうしたんですか？
あなた方は
一応聞いておくが、
実は夫とまた喧嘩しちゃって。
Yes, yes, yes.
どうせそんなことだろうと思ったぞ。
It's totally surprising, you
で
know.
も夫が悪いのよ。私が大切に取っておいたリンゴを10個も食べちゃうんだから。
I'll admit, still, and that is a statement I said, by eating 10 apples at once, it's an achievement, honestly.
それはすごいですね。
私も言い過ぎたけど、でも。
わかりました。
本当？嬉しい。よろしくお願いします。
Yes, yes, yes. We once again gonna do this.
以前のように酒場で聞き込みをしてみるか。
Indeed, just the same as last time. Actually, now we're technically speaking old enough to actually drink.
こんにちは。
なーに、あの夫婦また喧嘩でもしたの？
実は旦那さんが家でした。
今じゃ嵐の喧嘩夫婦なんて言われて、町の名物だからね。
Where's the directions
旦
here?
那さんは図書館のある確か。
わかりました。
あなた、よく見るとなかなかハンサムね。
Naka handsome, eh? Get to buy a lonely woman a drink. Yes, actually, getting the different. Feels like you actually want to get into my pants. And that's not a situation I'm used to. Usually I have to do all the work.
いえ、結構です。
Well, that's one missed opportunity. But alas. What can you do, eh? What is happening there? Another Luna. This is it interesting? Well, nonetheless. Coffee in the background. It does not sound healthy.
町の子供か。どこに。
So that guy is kinda quite brave.
こんな もしかして君はこの船に乗っ大丈夫。そんなに怖がらなくていい。
A meeting for the ages. Not necessarily a good one though. And we are learning more and more of the
あの
background.
喧嘩夫婦が町の名物になっていようとは。
驚いたな。
Mm,
でもなんとなくわかるよ。
mm,
あの喧嘩っぷりからは元気をもらえる気がする。
正気か。我はげんなりするが。
Don't worry, my little Grimura. Humans can have very diverse interests. Even something like this can be of interest to humans, believe you me. We are strangely dead.
体調はどうだい？咳は収まったみたいだな。ほら、今日はパンを持ってきたぞ。
Yay for bread. Nice and simple. Don't we all love a good bit of bread? Or pun. Yeah, pun sounds nice. Let's say pun.
おいおい、よっぽどお腹誰も取らないからゆっくり食べるといい。なあ、お前はこの船で。
You know, probably traveling.
いや、
Just pointing that
つ
out.
まりお前のままだ。名前はなんて言うんだ？
Until she does not.
黙っていちゃ何もわからないよ。そうだな。ルイーゼ。
Oh, it's a Louisa now.
ルイーゼなんてどうだ？私の思いつきだが嫌かな。
She's like, well, I'm gonna take that.
一応喜んでくれているのかな。よかったよ、ルイーゼ。
Well, true enough, people have a tendency to name things. Things we care about, we name.
そういえば前に奥さんが家出した時も南平原を探したな。
そうであったか。
あれからいろいろなことが変わってしまったけど、
Mm.
あの夫婦みたいに変わらないものがあるってことがなんだか嬉しく感じるよ。
あの夫婦はもっと成長すべきだと我は思うかな。
Well, maybe. Some people are just happier being like that. Basically.
いや、
海岸の町にいた赤いカバンの男。
おう、あいつなら俺の弟だよ。しばらく
今どこにいるのだ？
知らないな。
そうか、
ああ、でも弟は船で手紙を運んでるって。
郵便局か。
やれやれ。また戻るの。
Wouldn't be much of a quest if it would be solved, you know. Right, then again, to be fair, I do remember some quests going like, speak to the person next to me. I do remember
たま
some
には
quests
こう
like
いう人
that.
助けもいいじゃないか。
I think there are a few of those in WoW even, now that I think about it.
そういえばお前は手紙を書いたことがあるのか？
A wedding in the village, and I was not invited. That's not very nice. Oh,
こんにちは。
so that reminds me, I kind of have to watch the time there.
その赤いカバン。
It kinda did say that she would write me another one once she's off, didn't she?
船の中で見つけたのか。ちょうどいい。今日はパンの代わりに。
Oh, a red bag. Totally not suspicious.
どれ、結んでやろう。
Let us not think about this too deeply, shall we? That kinda...
ほらできたぞ。似合ってるじゃないか。手鏡か。そこの明るい場所なら見やすいだろ
She's like, nope.
う。なんだ、 そうか。暗い場所に長い時間いたから、ずっとここにいさせるな。いつかここを出て。
Sounds like we're on our way to a nice little tragedy. Shakespeare would be proud, wouldn't he? That too was a guy who was far too involved into a dramatique. His own well and truly good being. And again, at least he made it, you know, sound good, I guess.
あれ、そうなんだよ。荷物を取りに来ただけだ。君も荷物の受け。
いえ、家出した喧嘩夫婦の旦那さんを探してるんです。
悪いけど、そういや仕事仲間も、娘が家出したまま帰ってこないって。
Yeah, running away is the new cool thing. Most definitively.
その子の行き先に。
そうだね。もしかしたら町の入り江に漂着、かなり大きな船でね。町の子供たちには入り江に近づかないよう言い聞か。
Well, if you tell the children to not go there, they're gonna go there. I'm not even surprised, honestly. And welcome to reality. Also, that red bag.
やあ、ルイーゼ。どうした？そっか。よし。
He's making a song. In quotation marks, very much so, but it's still a song. Use it like me. How do you make sound like an instrument with mouth?
これは
Question.
歌というものだ。好きな歌を口ずさむだけで元気になれるぞ。歌は辛い人生をやり過ごすち。だから下手だけどな。声が荒れているな。でもうまい。この町の東大に知り合いが、その人が手紙を配達しに何度も通って、ずいぶん昔の。
I mean, a long time ago, it's kind of a bit of a
もしかして元気づけようとして
definition thing. Long ago can be pretty much anything. It can be somewhere between, you know, a few months can be a long time for some people. A few years can be a long time. A decade can be a long time. It kinda depends.
奇妙な魔力を感じるな。お前も気づいたか、カイネ。
ああ、これは魔物。
お前らしくもない。考えるより言ってみたらどうだ。
カイネさん。
いや、海岸の町から魔物のような気配を感じたんだ。
町の中に。
Well, yeah. You should not be a shade in town, obviously. That's not a good thing. Well, yeah, special words indeed. Those people are a most special breed.
調べた方が良さそうだ。
ああ、入り江に行ってみよう。カイネ、エミール。どうしたんだ？二人が町の中に入ってくるなんて。
急にすみません。カイネさんがこの辺りから異様な気配を感じたみたいなんです。
異様な気配？魔物か？
ああ、このだがやはりはっきりとはしないがな。
下着女の唯一と言っていい特技がそのありさまか。
カイネ、どうかしたのか？
いや、なんでもない。
Well, yes, let us get a move on again. Ah, ship. Looking mighty fine, doesn't it? Not very seaworthy though. That's not gonna sail anytime soon.
どうにかして難破船の中に入れないかな。
これだけ朽ちているのだ。どこかに穴でも開いているのではないか。穴が木の板で。
これを溶かせば
カイネ
姫さんが感じた気配が気になります。しっかり準
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have much of a problem. This is not the first little excursion into this particular shipwreck, so my worry is somewhat, you know, subdued.
そういえばお名前書き方を教えてやっただ。まだか。それにしても初めて会った時は何をなあうちに来ないか娘。そうか嫌だよな。なんだこれは血。
Oh yes, it is indeed blood. Oh, very nice and red coloring. I would assume as much.
どんどんやばい匂いが近づいてるじゃない。お前も気づいてるんじゃないのか。
この船至るところが腐り。
あ
あ。
あまり無理をしないでくださいね。そうだ、僕たちは船の外から探索。
そうだな。
エミール、会議を頼んだぞ。
はい。さあ、行きましょう。
Well, I have no doubt in my mind that Damon is going to be very much able to take care.
ここに町の人たちがいるとは思えないが。
他に手がかりがないのだ。探してみるしかあるまい。
油が残っ。
And has the lantern, and it also has oil in it.
今女の
我も見たぞ。郵便局で話を聞いた家出娘。
おかしいな。
バカなことを抜かすでない。
Nah, not really.
ナンパ当時のことを知る手がかりが船内に残っているかもな。
Yes, yes, there are clues. Just not any clues that actually tell us outright how it actually came to be stranded here. Then again,
これはリンゴが落ちてる。
おそらくカバ夫婦喧嘩のほとぼりが冷めるまで船に隠
ともかく。
yeah. This job is not gonna take us to an happy ending.
上の階から聞こえた。
Yes, we of course know.
樽が倒れてる。
入り口で見た娘が。
Yes, there are now footprints on the floor. Very easy to follow.
通った痕跡が。
分厚い本が置いてあるな。
公開日誌のようだな。
And a logbook, eh?
船の進路。だが、
この船。
公開日誌を読み取る。
He says we have no time, but he already read the first paragraphs of it, so, you know, it's kind of like, eh? Are you shitting me?
棚の向こうでな。
調べよう。
待て。
In we go.
机に手帳が置いてある。
船で扱って。
Hmm.
人。
そうだ。
同じ人間なのに。
わかりたくもない。愚かな人間はど。
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shoot, suffering. Yes.
我らに。この船の真実。
Yeah, we probably cannot do much about that. A bit too late for that, I'd say.
棚の方から。
おい、この白いか。
Just enter out and do nothing. And that's totally how we're gonna solve problems. Hello, hidden room.
大 きな箱だな。
金銀財宝。
いや、
それはここで行われこの船。
Yeah, that is indeed true. Not always is knowing the truth a burden that,
魔物はいないみた
you
いだ。
know,
好都合だ。
you want to deal
早
with.
く町の者たちを見つけるぞ。
Especially if it's such an ugly little truth.
城。
何か
Hmm.
音が止んだな。
これは電線か。
管がつながっている別の部屋。
待て。壁。どうやらこの
もっと奥に進め。
Well, yes, let us go in even deeper into this obviously cursed ship.
ランタンのおかげで随分と奥まで進めたな。
そうだな。それにこの明かりを見ているとなぜか安心するんだ。
Well, yes.
お前がそんなロマンチストだったとはな。
Not really, it's just that nobody really likes moving in an unknown place in darkness. Yeah, it's kinda like, you know, in your own apartment, your own room, whatever. Moving when it's dark in there, well, it's not much of a problem. You know, generally speaking, where everything is, and you're not gonna feel too horrible about it. Doing that when you stay overnight at a friend's house, for example, and you try to move in darkness, it's not gonna feel nearly as comfortable now, is it? Now imagine doing it at a completely stranger's place where you don't know if there's actually danger or not.
化け物に襲われた。化け物が他の船員たちを殺し回っているんだ。これは
わからぬ。
まだに他の船員たちの悲鳴が止んでからはこの船員は、
船員にとって
もう何ページにもわたって
文字が徐々に赤黒くなっておる。もうに
続きを読んでみよう。あれ、急にページが
破られたという。船で一体何が起き。
Well, that was attacked by a monster, and that is basically dead. Then again, considering that the people on this ship were monsters themselves.
大きな鍋だ。
ライス大盛り、ピーマン抜き。
料理の好き嫌いが。そういえば以前
ああ、リンゴ尽くしだったな。旦那さんを見つけたら今度は。
そう。喧嘩夫婦の。
Yes, our search for the ferryman continues. Sadly, he has found himself a nice little ferryman.
奥の部屋から。
And he has found the worst ferryman that one can find. A roll.
この床。
We are in absolute darkness. But then again, we have a sword full of lava lights.
ここは
どうやら
落ちた時にランタンをなくしたみたいだ。
あれは。
Yes, this is precisely what we were looking for.
シロ。
ようやくか。
No celebratory fanfare. Yep. That would explain why it smells so bad. Many a ferryman were found. And many he ferried that day.
そんな嘘だ。どうしてあの人が。くそ。
しっかりしろ。カイネが感じた気配。
ああ、絶対に許さない。
もう。
That is really fucking creepy. I was putting it fucking mildly. Yeah, no, let me just tell you a bit of the nice little story of the machine form, life forms from years and years. They also tried eating
お二人とも
and trying to become a lot more like their other part. It does not work. People do kinda like the saying of you are what you eat, but that does not to be interpreted in a most literal sense.
エミール
はい壁の穴から下の真っ暗な階から物音がしたの
すまなかった
ああ
そうか
今度はお二人
ところで
ちょうどこの上の
やはりな、
船の中で
実は
そうか上の階から嫌なけ上の
顔色が悪い一人で
エミール
飼い主さんもまだ本調子で
Here we go.
丸められた紙がな
どれも同じ文字が書き綴られ手紙のようだ
Ah, seems like somebody's practicing their writing.
どんどん匂いが強くなってるな気分はどうだカイネ
いいはずがないだろ
ここが町の者たちを殺した犯人
And in we go. I mean, not like we really have a choice now, do we? Oh boy.
この子は
待て死体の転がる船の中
Well, yes, very much amiss.
こいつ
この魔物はやばい代物だな
Yabai indeed.
この圧迫感ですら奴の
まさか飼い主
君は
配達員さん
ああ実はその女の子はこのナンパした船外に出られるようになるまで世話をしていたんだよ
That's one way of saying it, yes, yes.
そうだつかぬことを伺い包帯を持ってきたのはいいその女性すみませんでした
Well, that's one hell of a misunderstanding
そ
after.
いつに近づくなそいつは
She's like, I don't want you to tell him that, but I guess. Well, I think the ship is kind of getting fucked.
飼い主
こっちは何とかする
あやつらなら大丈夫だ
I'm sure we can get this done.
船が崩れるぞ
分かってる邪魔だあの穴から外に出られそうだ
Whoop. Fast escape. No problem whatsoever. Done and dealt with. At least now I'm not gonna get buried inside the bloody ship.
二人ともよかった
はいでも
ああ
この日差しであれば今のうちに体勢
You
を
just
整える
cursed us
ぞ
to death, didn't you, Grimura Wise, with your statement? No shade would dare attack us in the sunlight, eh?
バカな
Why don't you tell it to Dead Shade? Yep.
日光を浴びているのに死なないなんて
Oh no, we're just burning in the sun. mean, there's no question about it.
何か来るぞ。退避しろ。これは歌か。まるで人間の真似事じゃないか。
You know, but it's not going to matter much how many people you fucking eat.
どこで何を吹き込まれたか知らない。俺たちを空気満々みたいだな。顔についた触手を狙うのだ。
止まるな。もう一本も切り刻むぞ。
Get this nice and dandy. You know, not even if you scream.
あの男のためか。けなげだね。溺れだね。
And Tyrant once again has the time of his life, going like, yeah. See, I can do an ass load of damage. If the game would just let me do this more often. Boom. Punched straight in the face. Hard enough. Punched the head off. Like, boop. Debatable. Very debatable. That's not something we're gonna beat easily. That is putting it very mildly. It's just a few hundred sizes bigger than us. But then again, you know, size is not everything.
波の攻撃ではすぐに回復されるぞ。
ならそれ以上に切り刻むだけだ。
カイネ、あいつの弱み、もう分かっているんだろう。早く切り刻まなければ俺たちが殺されるぞ。
分かっている。おい、あいつの本体は口の中だ。それを叩くしかない。
カイネ。
でもどうやってあの高さまで行けば。
無駄口叩く暇があるならあいつが倒れるまで切り続けろ。
I'm trying, kinda. Don't be miserable about it.
やつはあの魔物の恩人だ。人質に使えそうだな。
Damn, I'm trying my best here.
人間に刃を向ける気はない。
聞いてるみたいだ。
I mean, slowly, but yes, technically speaking, it's working.
膨大な魔力が集中しておるぞ。頭部を攻撃すれば魔力を暴発させられるかもしれん。
Bling! Still remember the first 2 times we had to do this, and it was like, ah, you can't beat that. It's not a very nice thing to do, but yes, I don't really have much of a choice, yeah.
魔物の本体は口の中です。急いでください。
In case you haven't realized it yet, I'm running. Running like a bitch. Wait, I'm running. Welp. See, doesn't really make you happy. I mean, that doesn't make you happy in any way. You kinda did not fulfill your original job of finding the guy, because he's dead. This too is not really the sort of boss you fight it like, well, I'm feeling very much proud of myself now. No, I don't. Pain in the ass. Anyway, you look at it. I don't like feeling such a mixed end result. But then again, it's kinda special. Not many games would actually go that way. For obvious reasons. Easy to motivate your players by, you know, giving them the obvious hero role.
君たちには世話本当に町の人たちがその犯人の貴様が気に病む人そう
そろそろ俺たまだ
そうか
Ah, such a pain in the ass job that is.
夫は見つ
それは
どうして答えないのねえ無事だってまさか
Well, if you're not a complete scumbag of a person, then in this sort of situation you cannot lie to her. That is the lowest of the low. That is just your own personal comfort, basically. Because you don't want to get into the fucking trouble of having to tell her.
旦那さんは俺たちが見つけた時に
嘘よ思い出のカバンをずっとそんなの嘘よ
Hey, does not make you feel good. That is actually something this game does very well. Still, you know, have we really done well here? Is our motivation clean? Can we justify all we have done so far? The answer is no. Not even in the fucking slightest. That's what makes this great. A very great game. Even Replicant 1 all the way back then did that very well when you think about it. It wasn't obvious the first time around, it was something that got obvious later on. You started thinking about things and were, wait a second, this is not good. Like murdering the child soldiers, for example, while one of your companions is screaming at you to not do that. You are killing children. And he's like, But did you, because he couldn't speak at that point. You do some horrible thing. I mean, it's good she do. Who knows? Probably something along the lines of thank you. Just to make us feel even worse about what we have done so far. Of course. As if I wouldn't feel bad enough for getting involved in that.
なんだか夢でも見ていたようだ。
Well, to some degree. Oi, Anta.
あなたは私に何か言おうですか？
ほら、あんたに手紙だ。
The postman is getting a letter.
手紙？
I'd be confused too.
ナンパ船にいたあいつが書いたものだ。
ルイーズがありがとうってなんだよこれ。 れだけ教えてやったのに、こんな汚くて。どうしてあいつの笑顔が、あいつの歌が耳から離れないんだ。たとえ人を食っていたとしても、化け物だったとしても。
Well, let me just point out that at some point we humans took man-eating creatures, more wolf at this point than anything else, creatures that have quite literally murdered our own kind and ate them, and decided that yes, I want that to be my cute little puppy in the future. Now I will invest years and probably a lot of, you know, fingers and stuff to get them tame. Lo and behold, humans do very, very strange things when they want to. Then as soon as you have an emotional connection or something, you kinda tend to, you know, not really have an easy time getting rid of that. Then again, this is a nice screen. I would take that as a screensaver, actually. I really wish I was smart enough to understand how to actually do that, but yeah, that's why I have friends who know their way around it. Speaking of that, friends, one of them, yes. Because I know I was smart enough to actually silence my smartphone, I actually have to look over there and I see it showing me a nice little message. Which actually gives me a bit of an excuse to start a nice little conversation with somebody I haven't actually talked to in a while, because, well, as it is sometimes, you know, sometimes your schedules just don't align and then there's a lot of stress around and, you know. Honestly, I know that there are quite a few people who get really pissed off if you don't contact them in a while and go like, well, if you don't care about me, then screw you. And I am very much lucky in that I've actually found people who understand the point that sometimes, just sometimes, you know, having some fun conversations with your friends is not as important as just getting your life back on a fucking reasonable track. And that you sometimes have to take priority there. Because that's so hard to understand apparently. Nope. Luckily enough, I'm blessed with good people like that. So, since said good people, well, one part of that, good, has now very much patiently waited for me to finish my fun times, shall now be rewarded with my presence. Or well, I with theirs, depending on perspective, I suppose. And considering that we are actually on the, well, almost last leg this game has to offer, I'm somewhat actually not too against the idea of stopping here and, you know, having a bit more to look forward to. And it's really something that I like to have on my weekend. Whenever I play this, it's like, well, right, this is a good weekend, this is a good Saturday, I'll enjoy this very much. So, since I don't really have any alternative, and I mean, I have titles I want to play, yes, sure, but this one is somewhat special. I will miss it. And luckily enough, it's not yet the time. Well, truly, that is a good thing, I'd say. So, for the moment, sadly enough, I will have to bid you adieu. Have a good one and all that, and I shall be back very soonish, actually, tomorrow. Now, since I don't know how long precisely I'm going to be talking here, it could be that tomorrow I will be a bit shorter. If not, if things work out well, then, well, depending on my mood, I'm gonna play something a bit more long-lasting, or maybe, you know, I'll give you a few more hours of this just to make it the usual 5. Kinda depends, kinda depends. We shall see indeed. Until then, however, bye-bye it shall be. Yes. Yes, indeed, yes, indeed. And no. Everything else we can debate tomorrow, and I don't really like to wait here that much more longer, because I actually don't have much in the way of actually, you know, a free talking conversation in quite a while. Kinda looking forward to that. For once.